Hey y'all, I'm Sarah.
And I'm Lindsey.
Welcome to the No More Show. We today want to talk about us and why we created No More and how we met and why we're aligned.
Just like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I'll start. So my holistic health journey started when I was 18 years old, when I unexpectedly became pregnant. And I was a teenage mom, and that was the most challenging time of my life to go through that. And I just felt really alone, and I started questioning everything. And while I was going through that, my health was not good. I was extremely depressed. I had really bad postpartum depression, and I just started looking into more healthy alternatives, because before I had gotten pregnant, I was doing bad teenage stuff, and I like to say my son saved my life completely. So when I had him, I would take him to the doctor, and the traditional mainstream medical community just did not feel right, and my intuition was speaking so loudly to me that something wasn't right about the way that they do things. And no disrespect to it whatsoever, I just in that time didn't feel that it was in my son's best interest, seeing some of the results of some of the things that I went forward with because of what I was told was the best thing to do. So I just started researching different things, and that led me on. Now it's been over a decade of researching and going through holistic health coaching school and bettering my own life and getting rid of anxiety and depression and just really healing myself from the inside out and helping other people with that as well. So I've fast forward all these years, and I've dabbled in so many different things, and I've always felt like I'm lost, and I just didn't know what to do with my life, even though I knew I had this really strong passion for holistic health. And my husband and my two children and I, fast forward years, we were living in Orlando, Florida, and it just felt like a super dead end, and nothing was going right for us. It was like we were swimming upstream, basically. And Austin kept popping up. Austin. And there was people moving here and visiting, and it was popping up in articles everywhere. And so my husband got a better job offer, coincidentally, to Austin. And so we just made the move, and we came here sight unseen. We had never been here before. And before I moved, I had joined an Austin Natural Moms group, and I saw a post from Sarah in there, and she was looking for somebody to come and garden on her acreage here in this local area. Yeah. And she had said she would provide the seeds and the land and all of that. She was just looking for someone to come and kind of take care of it and share the crops. And I was like, oh my God, this is so amazing. Because prior to that, I had always had a really hard time finding my tribe and people who had the same passions and, soul alignment as I did. And when I got here, I kind of let that go, and I didn't think about it. And when I got here, I saw another post from Sarah in the same group, and she was looking for help at one of her booths for No More. And it was the middle of summer, and she was super pregnant, and it was super hot. But anyways, that's kind of how we got connected, and I reached out to her, and that ended up not taking place. But I knew from the second that I saw her first post that we were supposed to be doing something together. So I say it's like love at first sight, but in a business partnership.
It is.
So I knew, like, I had always been looking for something like that, and I have always, I've tried different entrepreneurship, different roads, and all of them were dead-ended, or I quit, or I gave up, or whatever the case was. So this kind of came in an unexpected way after I just surrendered. And I think we both have so many of the same or similar goals and ideas and passions and just things that we know as truth to ourselves. We have a lot of that in alignment. So now here we are.
Yay! Thank God for Facebook, man.
I know. Facebook's amazing.
Thank you, Lindsay, for sharing that. I feel like it's really important that anybody that's in our community, out there in the community, or searching for like-minded individuals to help their goals, that we get our story out so that you, A, know that you're not alone, and that, B, maybe we'll share something you didn't know that's going to help you to get in your path and to live a happier, healthier life. So similar background from as what Lindsay experienced. By the time I was 17, that we were filing for disability for me because I was so sick. And I mean, talk about broken depression, anxiety, fear, a lot of up and down weight issues, chronic inflammation. I just felt really angry, like my body was attacking me. And my understanding of health was that you needed a pill to fix it. And even thinking about food injuring our body was such a foreign object, or exterior things like our lotions and potions and things around us in our environment and what we're breathing affecting our health was like, that was so far from what I understood. Mm-hmm. If you had an ailment, it was most likely genetic, and there was nothing you could really do about it but take a pill. And that's just what my understanding was. So it wasn't until I was gaining weight that I had started looking at my food. And then when I noticed when my health started shifting because I was shifting my food, I caught on to something there. And then I, after many years of studying nutrition and holistic health, became aware of the products that I was using. And, I think actually one of the, if I remember right, one of the big things that shifted me was one of the washes I was using created a rash on my eye, and it took me so long to heal this rash, and it burned. My eye would burn for so long, and I don't know if it was a chemical reaction or if something that had gotten into it. But since then, I had started mixing and creating my own natural products. And when you look into many of the products out there, whether it's antibacterial soaps, which if you don't know, you can know now that a lot of them absorb into our body. They even found it in breast milk, and it does make you sick. Science, doctors, all the research is pointing to our gut when things are happening. And a lot of these things will affect your gut. And I heard it best recently when somebody related it to the feeling that we get when you drink. So if you think about, people want to know, when it comes to our gut, it's just really hard to understand. Wow, like, oh,
how does it affect something up here?
Yeah, how does it cause me to have anxiety? It can't possibly, like, that's your mind and it's this whole different world. Well, when you drink alcohol, what happens? How fast do you feel mentally different? Mm-hmm. That's what happens when we are throwing toxins and when our microbiome, I hope I'm saying that right, is all off. Like, we feel off. It's just that simple. And hormones are affected by our gut. So when we're hormonal, all these things are happening. That's why when you eat food with too many antibiotics or pesticides, growth hormones, that's why they say little girls are getting their periods much sooner or getting breasts, because our food is pumped full of it. Yeah. So absolutely it does affect our emotion and the way that we are feeling. And that's the same with the products that we're using. Up to 60% of what you use on your skin can absorb into your body. And I noticed even when I started using organic products, I was so blown away that some of the organic products had aluminum in it. Or a lot of the chemicals will still be considered organic, but they're not healthy for us. And that's really what launched the creation of NoMore. As I was done. I wanted no more toxins, no more toxicity, no more waste, no more than what we needed. And I really wanted true things that weren't just nutrient to us, but nutrients to the environment. So everything we do with NoMore, from the way that we package, is all recycled materials. Like, we literally go around, we save our own, save from others, shipping and things that we use for shipping, like packaging, the paper that we stuff it with, it's all just reused from others. But even the bottles that we use are recyclable, because we really do want a very positive footprint that we're leaving all the way around. So that is, kind of like what brought us to NoMore, is that deep passion for, there's those dogs again, for living a more holistic, healthy life. You want to shut that door?
Yeah.
This is why authentic videos are the best, because this is real, raw in the moment. You get to see what it's like here.
Real life.
Yeah, real life. So I am now 34 years old and I feel amazing. I'm the happiest and healthiest I've ever been. Clearly not depressed or disabled. I more energy than most people I know, and it's all through holistic health practices. I don't take a single pill. If I get a headache, it's very rare that I even take a Tylenol. Turmeric, ginger, anti-inflammatory diet, using all natural products, super important. Just being mindful of even the things that I'm saying to myself, what energy is behind if something happens. These are really important factors. But this is why it's so passionate for us. The bottles that we sell, the products that we sell, it's just one form of how we're trying to serve the world, how we're trying to help. We're trying to get the message out to each person that comes up to us and orders something, that they have the capability in their own hands to make a difference for their life, and that their health is up to them.
Totally.
And that they will figure out what the best route is for them. And that's what we really want to empower all of you to get to that same place. Lindsay is the wife of this company, so when she says come into it for life, like, that's how it feels. No More finally feels really complete, that this missing part is now finally here, and I'm so glad to share this with her and Daniel, our other co-producer, and all the other people that we have that support us and have supported us. Jackie, Reem, Asia, you guys know who you are. There's a team behind what you're seeing right now who make it possible. And yes, he's amazing, our web guy, so thank you. And you guys, I want feedback from people who are a part of No More's family, our members. Help us to create this platform to help other people. Every bottle that sells plants a tree. We just did 100 trees last month in the Amazon and Andes in partnership with the Runa Foundation and Alados. We are so stoked about that. Yeah. If you guys don't know about those foundations, check them out because they are world changing. And Runa just put out a book, Tyler Gage, called Fully Alive, that is like keep you on your edge of your seat. You want to read another page. It's so good. It's definitely going to be a film in the future, so check that out. Any last words?
It's amazing what can happen with people when people come together that have a common vision. You can go far by yourself, but you can go even farther together. Whatever that quote is.
Yeah.
It's a great one.
Yeah.
Makes such a difference.
Yes, it does.
So you guys can hold each other accountable.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It is. Find your team. Make sure that team's a good team. We said it on the last video, but Sigmund Freud has that quote that maybe I shouldn't repeat again because it's a cuss word. But if you're finding yourself depressed or low energy and other parts of your life are good, you're healthy, you're working out, you might really look into your community.
Yes.
So get in there. And like always, like they say on every other video, comment in our feed if you have questions or ideas or what helps you to live a more authentic, healthy life? How are you saying no more to toxicity? If you have ideas about the next one that we do, please send them over. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much
for joining. Bye.
Bye.